never have designed an airplane hangar or turned one into a residence, so it was new, but it had great potential.
This is a roughly 300-acre property on the Etowah River. It used to be known as a glider port, so there's a big field that goes along the Etowah where they would land single-engine planes, and the building here was essentially a pole barn where they would pull the planes in to service and store.
This is a hunting, fishing, outdoor sports lodge. We looked at a lot of different avenues of where to have a residence, and then somebody said, how about the airplane hangar down the road? And this is where we landed.
I love the idea of creating a space out of something else. It really moves me. There are so many things to pull from architecturally and symbolically. I love this connection with the river, Native American heritage, and this being a pilot's lodge. It's a lot about hunting, it's a lot about gathering, it's about families being together. That's really crazy important to me.
Because we had some existing conditions that you have to work around, you have to get more creative.
The challenge is to take a modern structure and make it livable and comfortable and inviting, and that you feel like you can sit down and relax and cozy up into the space.
They wanted to add a porch, and instead of just adding another L-shaped space, I really wanted to break off and then take the precedent of the pilot's lodge and use it as far as the structure and the visual of the porch itself.
One of my favorite elements of this home is going to be the cypress siding. It's not a material we get to use often, but it adds so much character. We've stained it in a dark stain where you can really see a lot of the graining and flaking of the wood.
We did warm hardwood floors, and just the colors that we chose are very organic. When I saw the property, I believe it was in the fall, so there was a lot of fall foliage. That was a bit of an inspiration for some of the colors. Of course, we have the Georgia red clay, so we have a lot of, the brick orange type of colors. And then the turquoise, I think about the Native American jewelry pieces that they would have.
Beth created this whole wall in the master bedroom of velvet.
I love upholstered walls, especially in a modern environment, because it adds so much softness.
I just felt like the staircase really needed to be part of the room, but it didn't necessarily have to be about the stair. It had to be about the railing, it had to be about the tread elements, and it became truly a design element of the whole room. We had a lot of fun with the fireplace. We had to integrate 2 different isokern fireplace flues, and one faced out on the porch and one faced in the room. We decided in the room to do it at an angle, and I'm not huge on angles, but it worked with all the furniture, and then Beth came up with the idea of doing big black tiles that float all the way to the ceiling, and it's a beautiful, beautiful anchor.
What's great about working with Frances and Beth is they're both so open to another professional's opinion. Beth really wanted to put a marble slab on the hood above the range, which gets tricky taking a 600-pound piece of stone and putting it up in the air. So we had to slightly adjust how we were doing that and have a metal frame fabricated to help support it. We needed to take her intent and adjust it to work with this existing structure.
Well, I always think in any luxury big renovation, it's a team effort. You need to have a good builder, good architect, and a good interior designer that work well together.
I would love to do it again. The idea of taking something that is existing in the land and making something wonderful out of it.